you are here with Goon and 7 Rav commentating for Tier 2 today. Um, joining in after qualifying, so I actually have no clue what the qualifying positions are right now. I'm a little late to the party. I didn't realize there was no stream today for Tier 2, so why not sacrifice my morning and give these guys a good stream? I am going to let everyone know as well that the stream is underway. Make sure to tune in if you haven't already. Confirmed my audio is actually working this time round, so that's a bonus. Gotta love it. If anyone wants to actually let me know who's starting on pole today, I still do not know. I am sitting on the waiting for player sign. Heck, give me the top 3. Who are the standouts in qualifying? Feel free to also provide comments, your predictions, etc. in the chat. I will be following along. I have it open on this side. To give a little quick rundown as well, let's see how everyone is doing in the current championship standings. We have Jay Morris still leading the way after actually, no, I don't think he attended last race. So I think Jay Morris is still underway, or still in first place with 101 points, followed by Numeral Rex at 95, tied alongside Watto. We are getting the formation lap underway here. IXR Rain, who I've actually seen drive before, and is a really good driver. Kind of surprising they're in Tier 2, but needless to say. And they qualified on mediums too? Was it raining in qualifying? Looks like it might have been raining in qualifying because everyone seems to have mediums on. Let's open up the spectator menu, put necessities on. Let's see who's starting on what. We got, actually never mind. So we got Rain and Watto starting on the mediums. They must have had a pretty standout qualifying session if they were able to do that. So starting grid, we have Rain followed by Watto, Randy in P3, Bashful Carton. Actually, Bashful Carton with a higher qualifying session than usual. He starts P4. Golden Egg Fryer following behind him in P5. Leo in P6, followed by Horsepants. Popov in P8, followed by his teammate in the Alpine Philosopher. Dan Roosh in the other Red Bull starts P10. Jay Morris, championship leader Jay Morris all the way in P11, starts on fresh mediums. Arv's also on the fresh medium starting in P12. Table Squish, also mediums, P13, followed by their teammate, Lisa Mafia. Not too sure, Lisa Mafia usually qualifies a little bit higher, so surprising to see her down at the bottom there, but she did throw in the soft compound tire, so expect some big moves from her at the get-go. Let's jump back up to the start of the grid. Let's see if they face the other way, there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lights out and away we go at the Hungarian GP. IXR Rain with a quick get-go, but being chased down by Watto. Goes instant defensive from IXR Rain. Watto being attacked on the side too by their teammate. And Randy trying to go around the outside gets a little bit of a squirrel on the rear end. Had to take the outside line there. Popov jumping up 4 positions from the start. Jay Morris as well jumping up to 4 positions. Goes super wide. Golden Egg Fryer has to make some huge evasive action. Watto drops down to P3, so ETSR Randy making an early move trying to take advantage of the fact that they do have the soft tire on. And they're going to need to close the gap to Rain pretty quickly in order to make that soft compound work. Rain catches huge curbs right there, and Watto re-overtakes Randy, and now Popov is trying to actually make the move, and whoa, Golden Egg Fryer goes for a wee bit of a spin, might have gotten shoved off. That is a tricky part of the track. Jumping back on board, the battle between Watto and Randy has let Rain already make a huge gap in front. You have, looks, I don't really know. I have an Alpine. Alpine, for whatever reason, is currently set to P14, but is in fact in P4 right now, I believe, as they are currently hunting down. Gosh, this is confusing now. Okay, we have Randy hunting down Watto, still trying to take advantage of the fact they have the softs. Now, the softs are only going to last and be optimal for about 5 or 6 laps, and then they have a significant drop-off. They'll hit about 35% to 40% and really, really struggle. Golden Egg unfortunately goes for another spin. Once you've gone for a spin, those tires are extremely hot and they are going to be difficult to deal with. You're going to have to pretty much coast. Yeah, they're too hot. And Golden Egg is going to spin for a while longer, hoping for a safety car in order to close up, but I would say they only have about 20 seconds before they get lapped. Take some time, cool the tires off, and away you go. Lisa Mafia picks up the first time penalty. She's actually gone up 5 positions utilizing the soft compound as well, but she does have 3 seconds to contend with now. Jay Morris, once again, one of the bigger winners on opening lap, has jumped up 4 positions and is currently hunting down Leo, and we have another spinner. Unfortunately, I think it is Golden Egg again. Yes, it is. Not the showing that Golden Egg wanted to have in the first laps here. Rain coming around onto the mid straight, or I guess front. I don't know, one of the straights. Heading into the incredibly fast corner. Watto has fallen off the back, but being chased down by ETSR Randy still. So Randy also being chased down by Popov on the soft compound too. So Randy, only has a couple more laps before those softs are going to drop off. So definitely wants to try and take advantage of them as much as possible, and gets kind of getting shoved around by Popov at the moment. So Popov has stopped ghosting, which is good, but Randy has some slight desync or popping going on there too. Bashful Carton unfortunately lost a position at the start of the race, but is not out of it and still just 4/10 back. Leo doing a good job on the softs as well, keeping up with the other soft runners, just 5/10 back. Jay Morris, though, hunting down, and Jay Morris, in probably about 2 laps time, is going to notice a significant degradation on the soft compound tire and will be able to take advantage of all of those. And we got Lisa Mafia trying to go up the inside on horse bends, makes it stick, and so far makes it stick and gets the DRS as well. Move done, Lisa Mafia, she moves up to P8. Now we'll hunt down Jay Morris. Once again, she's on the soft compound tire. She has about 2 more laps of hunting down Jay Morris on the medium compound as she sets a purple sector 1. Things are nice and close still up front, minus rain, with a 2.5 second lead. Leo goes a bit deep there, has to drop it down into 3rd gear in order to make that turn. Probably picks up a warning right there as well. Popov does appear to be lagging quite significantly. That is a tough camera to follow along with. And someone has spun. It's Golden Egg again. I think Golden Egg is going to try and make it back to the pits. Golden Egg, I would suggest probably just throwing on the hards if you are listening and hoping that the hards will last you about 31 laps. To be honest, they can. Jumping back on board, IXR Rain lost a couple tenths, probably trying to avoid Golden Egg there. ETSR Randy closing in on Watto. Keep in mind, Watto does not have DRS right now, while Randy does, so that's bonus Randy, but like I said, we're already on lap 5, and those softs are going to start deteriorating like crazy. And we have another, oh no, and that's Phil. Phil has gone around. So unfortunately, Phil has gone for a little spin, loses 3 positions from their starting position. And we have Lisa and Jay Morris duking it out. So Lisa's still trying to squeeze out as much as she can from the tire life of the softs right now. Gets a little bit of the curb, kind of slows down the acceleration. That's okay. Was a bit deep there while trying to chase down Jay Morris. Jay Morris focusing eyes forward on Bashful Carton. He will take a lot of advantage from these drivers. In fact, a lot of them will probably start pitting within the next 2 or 3 laps, so Jay Morris doesn't need to get too aggressive. And Popov trying to go around Watto, makes it stick, but Watto gets the DRS, so that's maybe not the best overtaking spot, because it instantly gives Watto the DRS, and on top of that, Watto is going to get DRS right here as well. And Randy trying to take advantage, and Randy does take advantage. Now attacking Watto. Randy going for a bit of a lunge and shoves Watto over. So far, and Watto had to take off the gas right there, which is going to allow Popov to actually, Popov backs out. Good call there from Popov. Randy goes a bit wide, got a little bit squirrely. You can tell the back end just wants to step out on him. But all this fighting has allowed IXR Rain to take a 5-second lead after just 6 laps. So, battle, some action going on midfield as well. Still back with Lisa. Lisa steps out. Catches that though. She's still trying to chase down Jay Morris. It's gonna be interesting. Randy right on the back of Watto. Bit of a lockout. Let's see if Randy can get a good exit here. Randy, unfortunately, super low on DRS, so can't really attack Watto too much. Watto is pretty safe with 40% right now. Popov with 40% too can definitely make a move and dig. So next time round on Randy. And Rain not really having to use any sort of ERS at all. Can probably just coast through, conserve tires, maybe do a medium to soft, because it's definitely possible mediums can squeak out about 20 to 25 laps. 25 laps, you're going to be slightly slippery, but it's definitely possible. Leo unfortunately looks to have dropped all the way back to... Oh, Leo actually might have been the first stopper from softs to mediums. I wonder if there might have been some damage there, not too sure, but Leo currently dropping all the way back to 13th, 7 positions down from starting position. Lisa's still hounding. Oh, looks like Jay Morris made the move on Bashful Carton, and now Lisa, back and steps out slightly, and she's going to jump into the pits, goes super hard into the pits. Let's jump on board with Bashful and Jay Morris. Jay Morris is going to have a run on Pop-Up now. So, crucially... Oh, Randy, sorry, I missed that. Randy's jumped into the pits. So, oh, and Arps picks up a 3-second time penalty. This is a track for time penalties, unfortunately. So Leo must have picked up a 5-second penalty while entering the pit lane. That's too bad. That's going to set them back. And ooh, Jay Morris goes deep there. Has to significantly slow down in order to hold that. But everyone is choosing to make that swap over from off of their softs at this point. And keep in mind too, they will have done a hot lap during Q2 on these softs as well, so they're likely only optimal for about 5 laps before they just start deteriorating away. Popov jumps into the pits, and Jay Morris is going to be able to put pedal to the metal, see if he can close the gap onto Watto. Watto currently 6.7 seconds back, but 2.5 seconds up from Jay Morris. Bashful Carton closes the DRS zone, so Bashful Carton staying out an extra lap on those softs to try and make the most out of... Oh no! Rain has gone for a spin. Rain, race leader, has gone for a spin. Gets overtaken by Watto, and Jay Morris now right on the tail end, and Rain's going to let them through, because Rain, probably a little bit more experienced, will know that their tires are way too hot, and it will end up, if they push too hard too soon, it'll be counterproductive for them. Even going into the chicane right here, let's see if they hold that. Yeah, they're safe for the time being. We can tell, definitely some hesitancy. It's allowed Bashful and Horsefence to catch up as well. The final softer runners still within that DRS gap too, so it's kind of their call. Do they want to continue to take advantage of the fact that they do have DRS? Ooh, Bashful Carton might drop out here. Or should they pit now? Make that swap over. Horsefence going for a big slide. Horsefence is deciding to stay out, but will actually get DRS from this because Bashful Carton was in the process of pitting. So IXR Rain now is going to want to try and close that gap back up with Jay Morris and Watto. Jay Morris has chiseled away about half a second to Watto at this point, so definitely has the pace. Field's a little bit more spread out. You have Arvs attacking Horsefence. Horsefence on the older softs. Horsefence decided to stay out, as we just discussed. Arvs does have a 3-second time penalty, however. Lisa Mafia appears to be being chased down by Popov, just 3/10 back. And Phil trying to chase down TDA Dan Rush now. That final points position. Jumping back up the field, on board with Rain, chasing down their teammate Jay Morris and the other Mercedes. Jay Morris, keep in mind, is the championship leader. IXR Rain has nothing to lose at this point. They just joined the league as a reserve. Jay Morris has everything to lose. Horsefence jumps into the pits, giving the green light to Arvs, and this is actually going to give Arvs DRS as well. Helps close the gap up ever so slightly, and IXR Rain overtakes Jay Morris. That looks like it was a friendly little team swap. Jay Morris probably knew that IXR Rain had the pace. Let him pass through. Smart move by Jay Morris, and Lisa Mafia setting the fastest lap and passing Pop-Up at the same time. So Lisa currently the fastest lap holder on 2-lap-old mediums in P6. Now the issue is 2-lap-old mediums, lap 11. It's going to be very, very difficult to try and stretch those out to the end of the race. Probably hoping for a virtual safety car or safety car towards the last 10 to 12 laps so they can make the final swap onto the softs. ETSR Randy, however, 2-lap-old hards. If it's green racing from here on out, Randy can definitely stretch those till the end. Jay Morris just dropping out of... Ooh, might have gotten it actually. Just crossed the line. And Lisa unfortunately picks up another time penalty, and it looks like Phil has gone for a spin back there. Lisa's fastest lap has just been outpaced by Rain with a 1:19.7. Phil dropping down the order now, unfortunately in P13 after another moment. Bashful Carton looks to be closing the gap on Popov. Popov did lose the DRS on Lisa, so this is going to allow Bashful to catch back up. Bashful on the hard compound, same as Popov. 1 lap older, but they aren't going to really notice that for a few laps. And Rain went for a spin again. So Rain has gone for a spin again. Arvs makes the overtake, goes through the ghosted Rain. ETSR Randy, unfortunately, quite a ways back, but that's because of the pit stop as well. Bear that in mind. So these front runners at 11 lap-old mediums have not stopped, whereas ETSR Randy leading the way with his stop. Effectively, actually, in first place right now. It's about a 19-second difference. So Jay Morris still trying to chase down Watto. Watto snagged back at the 3 or 4 tenths that they lost a couple laps ago. Jay Morris probably went in there a little bit too deep, a little bit too hot, lost a bit of time there, loses 2 to 3 tenths. Arvs gradually climb their way back. Unfortunately, though, has to contend with a 3-second time penalty. Rain staying out on the mediums hasn't been particularly lucky at the moment. Had a 5-second lead at one point, but 2 spins has dropped him back to P4. Randy actually closing the gap ever so slightly on them too. So those hard compounds are starting to be more effective than 12-lap-old mediums. Lisa Mafia trying her best to push as much as she can to catch up to Randy. She wants to try and take advantage of the fact that she is on the softer compound. They are going to fall off a lot quicker in about 10 laps time. Let's jump over to time penalties as well. Check out, so Lisa unfortunately has 6 seconds too. She is on controller. Controllers can make it a little bit more difficult to stay in track limits. Less precise, but maybe added grip. That is a discussion for another day. Table Squish unfortunately picks up a time penalty, and it looks like Leo has gone for a spin. It doesn't look like Leo picked up any wing damage, which is good, can probably stay out on those 6-lap-old mediums, but has gone for a hefty spin in the process. We have Phil trying to chase down Table Squish. Table Squish did just pick up that time penalty. Phil not burning through the ERS. They have about the exact same ERS. Very, very short DRS straight there. Can only ever make it work if they are within 10th or 2 already. Unfortunately, Jay Morris appears to have picked up a 3-second time penalty, so Watto in first place comfortably now with a 3-second time penalty cushion. But that actually puts Rain back into discussion with being able to jump into a podium position, particularly past Arves and soon to be Jay Morris as well, so long as they can maintain pace. Bashful Carton getting nice and close to Popov. Looks like Popov is having a little bit of a desync or connection issue, but is also just 7/10 back from Lisa. So Lisa not making the most out of those medium tires. Golden Egg Fryer has unfortunately gone for a spin again. Just 8/10 back from the fighting Popov and Lisa Mafia is Bashful Carton. Phil making the move on Table Squish, but Table Squish trying the cutback doesn't quite make it work this time. Oh, and there goes Rain's advantage. Rain picks up a 3-second time penalty, but has closed a full second in a single lap on Arves. Jumping back down. Sticking with this fight right now, Bashful Carton, sort of the spectator to this fight. They want to kind of hold out and see if they can take advantage of any sort of mistakes. Ugh. Quick little water break. And another spinner, and it looks like it might be Golden Egg yet again. So really, really rough day for Golden Egg, unfortunately. And Rain has jumped into the pits for the hard compound. So Rain had enough of the mediums. They were spinning out too often. Goes for the hard compound. Let's see if these have any more grip. Has clean air to try and have a outlap of their dreams. Maybe undercut Arves and Jay Morris in the process. Golden Egg still spinning around. Might be time to jump back into the pits, or... oh, who knows really. But they are a full lap down from even Leo at this point. Tough day in the office for Golden Egg. No changes at the moment between Lisa, Popov, and Bashful Carton. Bashful Carton playing the patient game, just sticking around 3/4 back from Popov while Popov attacks Lisa. Lisa probably didn't want to be defending on her mediums, but that is the case that she is having to deal with right now. Bashful burning through the ERS. Lisa comfortably a lot more ERS, and we have another spinner. I think it was Golden Egg maybe letting some friends by. Heading up the hill. And Golden Egg picks up a 3-second time penalty, insult to injury. Bashful Carton unfortunately picks up a 3-second time penalty now too, so Popov, the only clean runner at the moment in this little battle. Oh. I think Golden Egg was just getting out of the way of everyone. Let's go with that. And meanwhile, Lisa is actually pounced on ETSR Randy's. Wow, really holds back there. I think she could have probably have gone up the inside on Randy there. She's going to hold back just a smidgen. But Lisa has a lot of ERS to play with right now. Once again, she's on the medium compound compared to ETSR Randy's hard, so she's going to want to actually try and still... if I were her, I would definitely push past ETSR Randy at least this lap and use the ERS to put a quick gap on Randy and keep pushing after that. Still hanging on to the tail end of that battling duo though is Bashful Carton and Popov, and even Horsefence has caught up to the back now too, followed very closely by IXR Rain. IXR Rain is the most recent pit stopper, so IXR Rain has the freshest tires out of this group here. Let's see if Lisa puts ERS to good use. Gets a little bit squirrely and unfortunately fell out of fell quite a bit back. You probably need about 4/10 coming onto that straight in order to truly take advantage of the ERS. That has allowed everyone to close back in though, so we have Rain within 5/10, Horsefence within 4/10, Bashful within 4/10, and Popov within 5/10 of Lisa, while Lisa at about 8/10, and the weather looks to be changing. Oh my goodness, could we get some rain to end the race? Maybe Lisa went with a strategy of medium, thinking that she could need intermediates at the end of this race. Could be a very clutch decision. We have Watto and Jay Morris still out on the original mediums, but they are losing a lot of time to the likes of ETSR Randy and Lisa. At this point, they have definitely undercutted Watto and Jay Morris. Popov looks like they might have made a slight mistake and lost a bit of ground to Lisa at this point. Rain right there behind Horsefence gets a better traction out, and Horsefence ERS light is flashing. Horsefence trying to stick his toe in there, or his nose in there, but has to back out, and that's a move well done by Rain. Good spatial awareness from Horsefence there as well in order to back out from any catastrophe. Popov has lost DRS on Lisa now, so Bashful Carton has the green light to make that move. Remember, Bashful Carton has been super patient in this train, but is now being chased down by Rain too, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Let's see if Bashful Carton can make the move on Popov before Rain can make the move on them. Bashful not close enough to make the move on Popov, but burns through a bunch of ERS in order to keep IXR Rain at bay. Not too big of a difference in ERS right here. Bashful unfortunately runs wide there. Might have picked up a warning. Has to lift quite significantly in order to make that turn, and it's a lot more difficult on the hard compound to get traction going through those extremely fast corners. Still just 2/10 back, and meanwhile Horsefence just sitting, playing the patient game as well, waiting for something to happen, waiting to pounce. Lisa unfortunately has lost ground to ETSR Randy. She's about 5/10 down from her regular sector time, or sorry, her best sector time. So those mediums at 12 laps, they are going to start to drop off. But it looks like the weather is actually clearing ever so slightly, so Watto and Jay Morris are in a situation where they can definitely squeak out 3 more laps and go for the soft compound to end the race, which is More of a, it's a difficult task to do, but it works out extremely well in the later stages of this race. This track is very, very forgiving to soft compound drivers, minus the fact that it eats them up quite quickly. Looks like Phil has jumped into pits. So Phil had enough of the 15-lap old mediums, jumps back in, goes for another set of mediums. Interesting. No changes over here. Rain's still trying to chase down Bashful. Bashful sticking within Popov's DRS. And Popov's time split between Lisa hasn't really changed. So Lisa keeping the same pace as the hard runners behind, but not able to keep up with the hard runner in front, which is EPSR Randy. Randy has about a 6-second safety gap from front runners when they decide to pit for their soft compound tire. These guys also could be waiting for the safety car, and to be frank and entirely honest with you, this track is a safety car galore track, so I am quite shook that these drivers are having as clean of a race as they are having without DNFing. We've had a couple of spinners, definitely had a couple of spinners, but they've managed to stay out of the walls, which is the key thing. IXR Rain still within 3 seconds, but snap of an oversteer right there. Horseman's just dropping ever so slightly out of the ERS range. And Horseman's is actually having to use ERS in order to keep up with these drivers. So definitely want to go for some cooldown laps. Build the ERS back up and allow Horseman's the opportunity to try and attack. Arvs has actually closed about a 1.5 second gap over the past few laps on their newer hard compound tire. Let's see if Bashful Carton can finally make a move on Popov. Doesn't look like it's going to happen again, and Watto coming out of the pits in front. Oh! I do not know what happened there, but it looks like Bashful Carton had to take incredibly evasive action, and that allowed IXR Rain to jump ahead. So Watto on the soft compound tire for 11 laps is going to probably make very, very quick work of Lisa. Lisa's mediums are going to be pretty shot at this point. Lisa, knowing that this is not her fight, lets Watto through. She does not want to ruin her race with a driver that is clearly not her fight. Her focus is behind her. So as we watch to see how quickly Bashful Carton unfortunately picks up a 3-second time penalty, let's jump over to see what the penalties are currently. 3 for Jay Morris, race leader, 6 seconds for Lisa Mafia, 3 seconds for IXR Rain, 6 for Bashful Carton, 3 for Arvs, 5 seconds for Leo, likely a speeding in the pit lane penalty, and 3 seconds for Table Squish. We have IXR Rain going for the move on Popov. Popov probably not wanting to... Oh, and IXR Rain unfortunately got too trigger happy, decided to push as much as possible coming out of that, and they are going to need to cool off their tires now too. So Popov, actually being the patient driver there, let IXR Rain through, and IXR Rain loses the back end when trying to accelerate too quickly into the DRS zone. Leo picks up a 3-second time penalty in 11th place. And Jay Morris still out on those mediums, so Jay Morris is going to try and have quite the run at the end here, but doesn't want to leave it to too late, so staying out for another lap. Which to me is interesting because at this point, Jay Morris is going to have to make up 7 or 8 seconds by the time they pit. I would definitely consider hitting ASAP. Watto and Randy going nose to nose. Randy giving way to Watto there, letting Watto chase down Jay Morris. So yeah, Jay Morris should probably come in this lap. Otherwise, the undercut is going to be massive. Rain jumping into the pits on for a fresh pair of softs. Bashful Carton still being the ever patient driver. I'm quite impressed with Bashful Carton's patience this entire race so far. Just letting everything happen around them and taking advantage of the mistakes. Just waiting for the right opportunity. Watto now just 11.7 seconds back from Jay Morris. The only thing, and hold on, Jay Morris is still out there, and IXR Rain has binned it again. Rough day for IXR Rain, who is clearly one of the fastest drivers out there, but unfortunately has not been able to keep it on track. Jay Morris, 26 lap old mediums. Like Rain has retired on track. Hopefully that doesn't bring out the safety car. It does not. So Jay Morris is going to have to make up 10 seconds now in 8 laps. And they will be on just 3 lap old separating softs. Watto's going to have quite the gap now. Hopefully can nurse those tires. Watto definitely actually has now the option to just kind of slow down their pace, conserve the tires. Let's see if ETSR Randy is able to get ahead of, and ETSR Randy does take advantage of that and gets into second place on 19 lap old hards. Popov as well passes, and Bashful Carton, so and Arves. Can Arves make it work? It looks like Jay Morris is going to be able to get ahead. So, big play to Watto. Now, Jay Morris is going to have to actually get through 3 drivers before he even has a shot at being able to challenge Watto for the lead again. Lisa Mafia pit as well, so she drops back to P9. She also has the 6-second time penalty, and she's currently 2.5 back from TDA Downrush. Luckily, TDA Downrush is on 19 lap old mediums, so she's going to be able to make pretty quick work on him. But having said that, he doesn't have any penalties right now. Jay Morris trying to push around Bashful Carton and gets tapped from behind by Ars, and looks like Jay Morris resets track. Lisa Mafia now has closed the 2-second gap from TDA Downrush, and it looks like TDA Downrush has had enough of those mediums and jumps into the pits. Lisa Mafia is going to be able to put pedal to the metal. And she also has a chance at putting the fastest lap. She is on the freshest softs. Well, I guess same lap as Jay Morris, but Jay Morris had the spin. So let's see what she can do with clean air. Jay Morris setting a purple sector 1. J Morse is going to push a lot at this point because of the spin. It's tough to say. There's two drivers battling it out. J Morse decided to do a bit of a switchback, and unfortunately Arves was trying to take advantage of the fact that there was the open door. We'll see how that plays out after the race, but staying on board with J Morse for now as they close in on Horseman. So J Morse did it again, where he goes super deep in that and tries the switchback. And that's what I think Arves saw, is Arves probably saw the open door, thinking that J Morse went deep by accident. Ooh, but Horseman's with quite the defense, and unfortunately, oh, J Morse absolutely sends it. So, being patient makes the move done. That's some pretty robust defending by Horseman's, but no situations there. J Morse manages to stay out of the trouble and gets through. Now hunts down Popov with just 5 laps to go. So Watto in that time has a 8.3 second gap over Randy, a nearly 15 second gap over J Morse. Another thing to keep in mind too is J Morse has a 3-second time penalty. Bashful Carton has I believe it's still 3-second time penalty. And Popov, oh, bit of a disconnect there. Pretty terrifying following behind someone who disconnects like that. But let's see if J Morse can get good traction coming out of this final corner here. Pedal to the metal, and is likely going to have J Morse makes that move stick. Lisa has gotten her way up to P8, but unfortunately has not been able to close the gap on Arves as much as she would have liked. Sorry about that. So 10-second gap from Watto to Randy at this point. Randy with a 4.5-second lead over Bashful Carton. Once again, Bashful Carton just playing a nice patient game, patient drive. J Morse just 2/10 back is likely going to overtake Bashful on the front straight. Bashful with the older hard compound tire probably doesn't want to put up too much of a fight. J Morse going with the wide line there for optimal exit speed and makes that move no problem. Doesn't really have to use too much of the ERS while they're at it. And Bashful Carton wasn't going to put up too much of a fight anyways. But does need to be careful now that Popov has actually closed the gap ever so slightly and is currently penalty free. Same goes for Horseman's penalty free. So Bashful probably wants to try and stick. Might not be able to. Those fresh compound tires are just too much of an advantage at this point. Leo, 25 lap old mediums, and will probably go the last 3 laps as well on those mediums. They're probably closing in on 70%. So we'll see how long, we'll see if they're able to actually hold pace from their teammate Dan Rush, currently in P10. Arves now within DRS range of Horseman, so Arves has a chance. Not the best exit though, giving Horseman a little bit more opportunity to take away, and they are both excruciatingly low on ERS here. And ours does have a 3-second time penalty versus Horseman's with 0. They are the closest battle at the moment. Looks like Bashful's been able to put a little bit of time between himself and Popov, which is good. Gonna want to push a little bit more too and try and make that 3-second gap work out. Looks like Popov had a slight mistake going through that fast right-hander. Oh, that leg is just difficult to follow along with, my goodness. Jay Morris 1.4 back from ETSR Randy. ETSR Randy hasn't lost too much time actually since we last checked in. Those hard compound tires are probably at the exact same tire, whereas the soft compounds are of Watto's right now with 8-lap old softs. Jay Morris just 1.3 seconds back. Entering the penultimate lap now. So Jay Morris with 3-second time penalty, 1.2 seconds back, is going to want to try and make a move on Randy as fast as possible if they want to secure second spot on the podium. Jumping back over Popov and Horsebens with quite literally empty tanks at this point, and Arvs sneakily hanging around. Oh, and Horsebens tries to sneak up the inside there. Wow, super close battle right here. Is Arvs gonna send it? Arvs backs out. Good thinking, Arvs. Let's see if Popov can put a little bit of a gap here. Jumping up to Jay Morris. Jay Morris just 6/10 away from ETSR Randy now. Going to try and make the move on the front stretch. ETSR Randy, though, cruising with the ERS in order to defend Jay Morris. So kudos to ETSR Randy for having a 100% ERS tank at the end of the race. That is top notch. Watto also with a lot of ERS still in hand is going to be able to just take their time coming back across the finish line. We are on the last lap right now. We have a yellow flag. Oh no, what happened to Randy? Did No! Oh my goodness, Randy underfueled. Randy was banking on a safety car and has underfueled. Oh my goodness, that is devastating. I am so upset for Randy right now. My heart goes out to him. That is just devastating. This is going to allow the majority of the grid to pass him. Oh. Coming around the final line final corner to finish off the Hungarian GP Tier 2 race winner, Watto, with an absolutely dominant performance, 13 seconds ahead of their closest rival, Jay Morris. Jay Morris with a 3-second time penalty, but looks like Bashful, Carton, and Arvs also have their 3-second time penalties. So Jay Morris coming across the line, picks up P2, Bashful with P3, Arvs fighting for that 4th place spot there. Takes P4, let's see what happens to Horsepence. Horsepence has also ran out of fuel. Horsepence also ran out of fuel, picks up P5. Oh my goodness, Randy comes across the line just ahead of Lisa Mafia. Popov also ran out of fuel. Oh my goodness. I think everybody ran out of fuel. What a spectacular ending to this race. I can't believe it. There are so many drivers that ran out of fuel. Horsepence, Randy, did Arvs? It looks like they're all running out of fuel right now on the final lap. Wow, what a race. Congratulations to Watto, followed by Jay Morris in P2 and Bashful Carton picking up P3. Kudos to all 3 drivers. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. It has been an absolute pleasure commentating today. Jay Morris picking up the Game Award for Driver of the Day. And for for good measure, they did start P11 today, so great drive for them. Here is your final standings. Lotto also picking up the fastest lap by just 1/10 of a second. Your DNF drivers, IXR Rain and Golden Egg Fryer, a safety car free Tier 2 race at the Hungarian circuit. Impressive stuff. Once again, Gooden7Rab commentating Tier 2 today. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to tune in to Tier 1, which will kick off in, oh gosh, about 15 to 20 minutes time. It will hopefully be just as exciting. And yeah, once again, thank you all.